Another thing I also wanted to bring up as well is that if you do self-publish, you can save yourself money and register the works with all of the PROs abroad yourself, or you can sometimes pay for companies such as Song Trust, which is what I use. They're what's known as a publishing manager, I believe, a self-publishing manager or something along those lines. And you register your works directly with them, and then they, in due course, will send out all of the registration data to the international PROs. But I do recommend, what I've done usually in the past is I will release or I will pay for the track to be distributed through CD Baby, which is the main company I use for the distribution. I then register it with PRS once I've got the ISRC code, giving all the data to PRS. Once PRS have then processed it their side and given me an ISWC code, I then go to Song Trust and then fill in the necessary details there for them to do the next stage of the process. And a point of warning as well is, given all of this registration that's needed prior to a track coming out, is that you want to give yourself many weeks of time, because these processes are sometimes not the quickest. Sometimes it can take a week or more for companies to react to registrations. So they don't just sort of drop a track and then do the registration after it's already in the public. You generally want to release the track with at least maybe a month or 2 months I recommend at least usually 2 months in advance of the release date to start registering all this stuff. And also, it's another topic for another podcast, but try and protect it with using YouTube's Content ID and social media monetization, if those distributors offer it, because it's a way of making sure people won't just upload your music and you won't get any money from it. It's the equivalent of your piece being performed live and no one reporting usage, because if you've written the work, you're entitled to the royalties of it. It's only fair.
If you're starting off, and the last episode we were talking about all the equipment you have to buy, and we're now saying, oh, it's just £100. And you're thinking, just £100? I'm working my part-time job. This is really important. This is how you get paid for being a composer. This is it. PRS, whether you're with them or not, your rights, your royalties will go unclaimed, and there's money there for you. You just have to put in £100, and then you'll start receiving
I actually
your
went
reward.
to a PRS conference, which I don't know if it was that interesting, but there were some stats there that were quite interesting. It was their AGM. As a composer, you probably don't need to go to any of this, but it was quite interesting. They were saying of the revenue, there's £100 million worth of unclaimed royalties per year on average, of just composers who don't know that they should sign up. Just loads of money just sat there waiting for someone to claim it. Obviously, it never happens retroactively. So as soon as you are signed up, you can get anything from the future, but you can't get anything that was past. So if your track was used in a trailer campaign or a film or something, and you didn't know about it, then
I think you get a number of years.
You might get a number of years
retroactively.
It's slightly murkier. There are some things where you can retroactively, to a point, claim things, but there are some things you can't claim retroactively. It just depends on the situation.
Yeah, there's usually a statute of like how much of the amount of years that you can claim that is past, but anything beyond that, it goes into sort of like this like limbo state, really.